Tonight we're going to be talking about ancient Roman religion. Rome's ancient religion is considered pagan, which is basically polytheistic, which is the belief in many gods. Rome originally borrowed their gods from cultures like the Etruscans and the Greek. Stella. Their gods are immortalized in our nighttime sky. The Romans felt that the gods brought them life and helped them to sustain it. So it's about material wealth and being able to have a full cabinet of food. To, I would say, kind of show tribute to the gods, they were to perform rituals to show thanks to the gods, so the gods would continue to provide them with the things like health and wealth and food and being able to have children. Romans felt that their gods visited other cultures and had different names in those cultures. Okay, this is because most European cultures at this time were pagan and would often have different gods that represented different aspects of life. But those aspects were similar to Rome's gods. And so the Romans would help these other pagans understand the rituals that they must perform for those gods. And sometimes they even discovered new gods that they didn't have and adopted them into their own religion. In each household, Romans worship two gods. The first is Janus. And I've seen Janus's picture as like two faces facing opposite. And I've seen this name, but I never understood what it was. But Janus was the god of the door that protected the house inside and out. So I guess if you're thinking about the two faces, one of them was looking out the door and the other one was looking inside the door. And then there's Vesta. And Vesta, she was the god of the hearth. So a hearth is something you're going to hear in the classroom a couple times this year. It's basically there around your fireplace where you sit, where you hang stockings. But the hearth was very important to early man because that was their way of getting warmth. It cooked their meat. It provided them with protection from animals like wolves and cats. Might try to sneak up on them. And it's also a great thing to just look at, to reflect, to think and come up with ideas and share with those around you. Fire was so important to early man that almost every culture had at least one god dedicated to fire. Here's a fun fact, also important. 4 months after Caesar died, a comet appeared in the sky. Okay, it would come out at like 11 p.m. at night, and it would go well into the morning sky. So you could see it. It was so bright you could see it in the daytime. And Caesar's adopted son, Octavius, told the people that it was Caesar's soul flying up to join his place with the gods. Man, so many people were like, logical, makes sense. And so there was a whole group of people who were celebrating this, and it was a large group of people. It was very smart on Octavius's part, though, because this propaganda that he put in place enabled future descendants of Caesar to be seen as descendants of a god. If a ruler can be seen as a god, who would question their decisions? Octavian is going to follow Caesar's rule. Just so happens, Octavian is the heir to Caesar's fortune and power. Therefore, Octavian is going to be seen as a descendant of a god. And his decisions, much like early pharaohs, is going to be a godly decision. On a final note, Rome's religion had a hierarchy of priests and saints and even women who would perform services. And we're going to look at this when we get to Catholicism and see the similarities between early Roman religion and the hierarchy of the Catholic Church. But for now, this has been Mr. V's Fireside Lesson, Session 1. Have a good night.